Hey guys, this is Kuzong, and today will be my first game journal. And the game I chose to play today is The Battle of Polytopia, mainly because it's the only game application I never deleted from my phone. And I pretty much found it very addicting. Now, for sure, I'll just call it Polytopia. Now, Polytopia is a turn based strategy game. To those who don't know what that is basically a subgenre of strategy where players make their choices, end their turn, and then move to the next player until it comes back around to you. So, as the book puts it, it's basically a board game for electronics. Now, Polytopia is also a free to play game for single players and for a pass to play multiplayer. Let me show you the multiplayer mode. Okay. See, pass to play. Now, of course, it's free. Now, you can also play an online mode of multiplayer, but that will require purchases. As you see, I can't play it. Now, as I mentioned, it's a free to play game, and how does it monetize itself? Well, the way it monetizes itself is basically you could purchase different tribes. Now, these top four ones are free, but like the Kiku here, it requires money because it's basically an independent type of developer game. Okay, where am I? Where did I go? Nope, wrong one. Fix it. Oh yeah, and here are some special tribes you could play as. Anyways, let's get into the game. So, new game. Now, one of the cool elements I like about this game is that you could choose the game mode you can play as, like perfection. This is basically where 30 turns you have 30 turns to play, but you're trying to reach a certain point. So, once one strategy might give you more points, and one will do less. In domination, this is pretty much where you get to beat everyone else until you're like the last one standing. Now let's see. Oh yeah, creative. Well, let's see. Now let me explain this element. I think the reason why this element works the way it works is because the developer wants each player to have their own strategy to win each game depending on the game mode. And of course, to mention, one way to also achieve it is through the creative mode, where this is basically where players get to choose how they want to play. And oh yeah, there's also the different game modes in the creative mode, so that's one way to achieve it, like perfection, domination. Now, infinity. This is basically where you can pretty much do whatever you want at the end of the game. And there are different difficulties and map sizes. Like there are different dry land. Like the dry lands is basically where it's just land, and lakes is mostly waters, continents, and so forth. Water world's mostly water, and of course you get to choose your map size. Tiny, you get to play on a tiny map, and for a massive, is like 900 tiles. Now, of course, if you pick massive, be ready to play a very long game. Now, let's see what else. Oh, yeah. Anyways, let's just get into the game. So, today we're just going to play as Imperius. I like to call them the Romans or Greco Romans. 3 opponents. Play on normal. Now, I'm just going to play a quick gameplay, not too long, because otherwise it'll take like 30 minutes just to play this whole game. Now, one other element I like about this game is the tech tree. And this is basically like any normal skill tree where you could purchase what you want to improve on your strategy in the game. Like, for example, climbing, but let's wait for that. Now, let's see. Let's go that way. Oh, yeah, you also get the economy that you could build up, like right up here. Purchase those. And of course, you get the choices. You could either, well, once you build up and improve one city, you get choices like, for example, the first level, you get either improve your economy with a workshop or explore the areas. As you can tell, there are some clouds around here. But today we're just going to improve the economy because, we're kind of poor. And turn, basically a normal strategy game or turn-based strategy to say. What else? Oh yeah, and here are some villages to build up your country or empire, however you want to call it. Now, how I feel about this game? When I first started playing this game, I was a bit worried that it might just be your typical strategy game. I was like, okay, build this, build that, build that. You get this, you get that, you get that. Until I played it, I was like, oh, this is actually quite simple to play. After a while of playing it, I pretty much got addicted to it and just never bothered deleting it because as you could tell, the maps are randomized, by the way. That's what I also like about this game, because the random maps gives different strategies and different ways to play. Now, don't mind me being quiet because I'm a little focused on the game. We got to meet our first enemy. I'll pick the archer. Oh yeah, by the way, each tech tree has their own skills as well. Like, for example, if you want the archer, you also get the bonus defense of a forest. And, oh yeah, I also get the unit of the archer. Now, where is it? Let's just purchase an archer, just for example. Oh, wrong one. Here it is. And every unit has their own stats as well. And of course, if you're in your capital or city, you get more defense to it, but when you're outside of it, you get less defense. But if I were to put it in like the forest, since I got the forest defense, where is it? Here it is. Now this warrior's defense is increased. Now they each have their own health and abilities. Now this tree, the strategy tree, is actually a rather new part of the tech tree. Is basically you can pick a peace treaty. Basically, you make peace with neighbors. For example, I can make peace with the Shinshi. I think that's what their name is called. And here's what they think of me. They think I'm charming, but threatening and annoying. I could offer peace. Now, of course, they could do the same thing to you as well. Offer peace or go to war with you, or just stay neutral. Of course, I hope they accept my peace treaty. Oh, nope, they rejected it. Well, since I'm playing on domination, I don't really worry too much about the score up here. Rather, I just worry about, okay, let's capture these guys and then get going. Now let's just see. Here we go. Oh yeah. if I wanted to go to diplomacy, I could build an embassy in their capital, find out where their capital is, and pretty much figure out where their troops are hiding, kind of. And the cloak are basically your spies, which I could cause a rebellion inside a capital or city of any kind. And I just purchased it. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Your capital is actually quite close. Uh-oh. Oh, it gets surrounded. Of course, the tech tree, you could pretty much pick whichever way you want to go. I usually prefer going here and going to the archers. Of course, you can always go straight to battleships. Now, this is only good if you have water. If you go in creative mode and play on dry lands, that tech tree is pretty much useless for you. Now let's try to end this off by defeating the Shinshi for now. I'll save those guys for another time. As you can tell, their capital is leveled up to level 3, which is why they have a wall around it, which increases their defense by a lot. Okay, right now I feel a little worried because they have another city over here. They could easily send reinforcements. I'll just make peace with these guys first. Oh man. Oh yeah, once you kill enough troops with a certain unit, they can be upgraded to a veteran, which they increase health. And I think they increase attack and defense as well. Now let's go and get the swordsman, one of my favorite units. Well, let's go ahead and save this gameplay for here. That's also what I like about this game, because you can pretty much save it at any point in the game, whether you're on multiplayer or single player, except for like online mode. Alrighty, and that concludes my game journal for today.